Hi there, it's Ruth at Artful Stampin here with another weekend ramble. Now, just to remind you, if you want to follow me on various other social media, I'm on Facebook, YouTube, obviously on YouTube because you're watching me on YouTube, Pinterest and Instagram. So yeah, if you want to see, sometimes I put pictures on Instagram that don't often go on my blog. So if you want to see what goes on behind the scenes as I'm demonstrating or creating, then do follow me on Instagram. Okay, right, well, for those of you who've not been or not seen one of my weekend rambles before, it's basically what it says on the package. It's where I get to make a card or show you a few things that I've been up to and just kind of like give you an update of what I've been up to this week. Well, tomorrow I've got a little card class in my town, and the theme of it is to use up our scraps. So I've been cutting 2-inch scraps, and I'll show you a card that I've already made, she says. I'll put it down somewhere. Okay, so here's a card that I made earlier with some 2cm scraps, and I got the idea off Pinterest from a lady called Lisa Hodge, and I've kind of used very similar format to what she used, and it's so simple. It's really easy to do really. I pretty much eyeballed it. I didn't even use a ruler. Obviously I cut the strips to size, but when it came to sticking it down, you didn't really need to use a ruler. So yeah, it's quite a fun one, that one. Okay, well I'll take a photo of that one and that'll be on my blog. So the other idea for one came from, I'll just bring my little sketch over. This sketch here I took again from Pinterest, and it came from somebody called thescrapcake.com. Now I clicked on the link, but the blog seems to be closed down at the moment. But anyway, I just wanted to attribute that to her, or him, but I presume it's a her. And the card was just full of lots of kind of banners, and then had some scallop circles. So I'm going to see how the scallop circles kind of works, but for now I'm just going to stick down some different banners on here, and I'm using up some of the papers that came with Celebration this year, and I have to confess I never really got on with them, so this is going to be interesting me using them this time, because I'm kind of forcing myself to use them. The wonderful thing about Stampin' Up papers is that they always do go together. They design them to match very well, and often, even though the paper sets can seem quite feminine, when you turn them over they can often have a more masculine theme behind them. So it's worth looking at both sides before deciding if you're going to buy a set, because more often than not, like with records, there are two sides, and both can be quite useful. Right, so I'm just lining these up, and I actually don't want the tails to be too stuck down. I want the tails to be sticking out a little bit. So I'm just going to curl those up. And because I'm just applying glue down the centre, it allows for that to happen. Right, I want quite a strong colour on that one. So, I've got a spare piece here that I cut off from that one there, so I can do that. Okay, so this last week, it's been a bit of a quieter week after last weekend's retreat. The house needed a bit of a tidy up, so on Monday I was planning to get lots of tidying up done. But in the morning, a really good friend of mine called, and her nana had been rushed into hospital and was sadly going to be probably passing away that day. So I ended up looking after her little boy, which was an absolute joy and pleasure, and we had lots of fun feeding the ducks, and we went to, there's a little coffee morning that happens every Monday morning in one of the churches in town, so we popped there and had our little drink of water. Well, he had very milky tea actually, and I had a tea, and managed to find a fabulous minion onesie, which she was very happy about. And then we made it back to our house, and my daughter and my son had been cleaning the toy kitchenette that had been parked in our garden for the last year, which was very muddy and dirty, but they'd managed to clean it up a bit last weekend, so we had a great time finding some old plates that had been discarded around the garden, toy plates that is, and we got the washing bowls out and fairy liquid, and he liked the fairy liquid. He wanted to use quite a bit of the fairy liquid, so I had to try and monitor that. And yeah, we had good fun in the garden, and then I sort of tried to potter in and out and managed to get my kitchen table tidied while he was doing that. Okay, so I'm faffing with these, trying to decide whether I want to use those or not. And I think I might actually just go for cutting out some circles in white instead. Let's see how those look. Oh yeah, that's fine. Just to create a little bit of interest. Oh, wrong one. Yeah, and then I've had my normal kind of activities. And the weather hasn't been too bad, although towards the end of the week it's got a little bit more dreary. Right, so I'm just concentrating, trying to figure out which side to check my sketch. Oh no, it doesn't give me any indication. That's not helpful, is it? Oh well, I just think I have to go for that, I think. Right, I'm going to stick these on. And then my daughter's had to make a card for a friend of mine. Sorry, a friend of mine's daughter. It was her birthday on Friday. So she's at the point now where I did have, in my clearing out of my craft room, I found a box of things that I'd set aside for her of non-Stampin' Up! Craft stuff. And I've actually decided I'm going to get rid of it because she actually knows exactly what to do with my Stampin' Up! Things. You know, she knows how to stamp, she knows which stamps she likes, she knows how to put things on the blocks. So it's actually pointless me holding on to things that she's probably never going to use. So right, now the other thing I was going to show you was, as I've been tidying and sorting my craft room this week. That's the other thing I've been up to. And in the middle of the week I was taking out loads of boxes of bits and bobs, and I was sorting them out in our lounge. So my poor kids and my husband have had to work their way around my boxes of things, but I finally got it cleared kind of yesterday and today. But this is one of the things that I've been doing. Every so often I've been purchasing a few of the boxes, the empty boxes that Stampin' Up! Sell. Now originally I think they designed these to put some of the stamps that had the old shell casings. So but bit by bit I've been seeing different demos coming up with various ideas for use of these. So I've put my sets of re-inkers, they fit very well into one of the large boxes, and I've labelled those up. So that one says Regals. Now the other lovely thing is that the in colours fit perfectly into this half-size boxes, so I'm very happy with that. And then so for things like dimensionals, my crystals, I was going to say diamantes then, pearls and thread, these fit into the thinner cases. So it means that I kind of know, I can at a glance know where everything is on my shelf, and I kind of go for it and grab it. So anyway, I need the dimensionals out, so it means I've got somewhere to store all my little tidbit bits that get sort of left behind. So I'm not quite sure what I'm doing here, but I'm just gonna go for it and start sticking things down. And this is the time of year where I get to look at all the papers that I've bought throughout the year and go, why did I not use it up? So I'm determined this year that any DSP I buy I will just get on and use, because that's what it's there for. And if I don't show it off, you guys will never know what to do with it, will you? I've realised I've stuck that one not very straight, but never mind. stick that one down there. I think I'll get away with just sticking one of those on the back of that one. Actually, I think I quite like the idea of it overlapping that last one on the side there. Right, let's have a look at some of these. This is a new stamp set that I've purchased recently. This is called Rose Wonder. Now this stamp set is in the Spring Summer catalogue, which is finishing at the end of this month, and it comes with a beautiful die set bundle. Now, for whatever reason, I bought this, I think I earned this for free, so I ordered this on its own. However, if you would like to purchase it as a bundle, it's worth doing it this month, because in June it is carrying over to the new catalogue, but it's not going to be a bundle set. So if you want to save 15% on the total amount, then it's worth purchasing this as a bundle. So if you want to do that, hop over to artfulstampin.co.uk and you'll be able to find the button for shop, and you'll be able to see that there. Okay, I've decided I think I want that to go across there, so I'm just going to grab some vellum, and I've got a little scrap piece here, and I think I'm just going to cut myself a little strip and just stamp on that and have that stuck across that top portion of the card. So let me just check how big an area I need to cut. So it's about 2.5 centimetres. So let's cut that off there. And ideally I want enough for it to just go right across that area there. Actually, I think I'm going to go ahead and fold it around. Okay, there we go. Oh no, should have given it a little bit more room. It's fighting me, this vellum. There we go. Just cut off the little excess bits, and then stamp with the archival black onto there. Now the only thing about stamping on vellum is that you do have to give it a little moment to dry. Oh dear, I think I might try and do that again. See if it'll work. Right, I'll just have to pull this right down so I can see what I'm doing. So I didn't ink it that well the first time. I wonder if I'll be able to do it. Just go for it and try. Oh, that's not too bad. Oop. Okay, well, I think what I might do is just recut that vellum in a second and redo that and finish off my card, but I think I'll probably do that off camera. So all that remains for me to say is thank you very much for joining me, and do check back in the week because there'll be other videos going up on my YouTube channel, and if you'd like to see better photographs of this card and various other ones, then please go to artfulstampin.co.uk. Okay, bye for now.